Well, good Monday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your February the 9th, 2026. Hope you guys had a great weekend, a great start to our week across Georgia, as we're going to see some pretty mild temperatures ahead, what we like to call fake spring. Yeah, we're definitely going to have those in the cards for Tuesday. We do have some rain to track for Wednesday and again for the upcoming weekend. Unfortunately for Valentine's Day weekend, looking a bit on the damp side. Now, before we get into this full update here, if you're new here to our channel here on YouTube and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me introduce myself. I'm meteorologist Greg Majestic, and I'm on a mission to build a 24-hour channel for here across North Georgia. So if you can help us out to get to 10,000, please hit that subscribe button and make sure, very importantly, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this update, shall we? As we're looking at a pretty great looking day there. A live shot there from Helen, Georgia this afternoon, looking pretty nice indeed. Very mild temperatures out there, and if you think it's mild out there today, you haven't seen anything yet, as things are really going to warm up here as we go into your Tuesday. Heading up toward Lake Chattooga, what a gorgeous day on the lake. I wish I was up there myself right now. Lake levels, as you can see, are down and low, but we do have some good news. We have some decent rains that are going to be arriving for the upcoming weekend. I'm going to show you those latest rainfall total amounts here in just a second as well. Now, local radar, it's quiet here for the moment. We are expecting some rain to move back in the area, probably going into Tuesday night and into your Wednesday. That's kind of a teaser rain, not a whole lot with that initial round, but it's that the rain coming in for the weekend that'll be the more substantial of the two different rain events. Looking at your regional satellite, not looking too bad here for the rest of the day on your Monday, and I think we'll have just a few clouds around for tomorrow, kind of a mix of a mostly sunny to a partly sunny type day ahead as we go into your Tuesday. But the big story is going to be the warm temperatures. They're going to be significantly above normal by some 15 degrees plus in some instances. Very warm day ahead as we go into your Tuesday afternoon. Now, looking at the temperatures out there for this afternoon, things are warming up nicely. We got 60s in the area, and as well as some 50s there across the northeast. They're a little bit cooler there. It's got a little bit of a weak wedge over that way, but for the most part, it's been a warm day here, folks, and it's going to be even warmer still as we go in for your Tuesday. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that model here. We're looking at the European run here as we're going to be going through the next 7 days. Once you watch that little timestamp there in the upper right-hand corner, as we go through going into your Tuesday, not looking too bad here. So Tuesday afternoon still looking pretty good, no problems here. But going into Tuesday night, that's when we start seeing that rain start to move on in here. So you notice by 4 o'clock in the morning there, yeah, we're talking about some rains coming in. This is not going to amount to a whole lot here, folks, but it could make for a wet commute on your heading into your Wednesday morning. So watch out for that as this comes on through. And then it looks like by the time we get to late afternoon, should be coming to an end. So the rain should be coming around for the evening commute for folks heading on home. So there shouldn't be too much of a problem there. And then we're going to be dry. I think Thursday's looking pretty good. Thursday's not a bad looking day. And then as we go into your Friday, that's when things will begin to change a little bit. We'll get a few clouds in here, expecting on Friday. And notice it's bringing a little disturbance. It's kind of bringing a little snows up there into the Smokies. I don't think we'll see anything as far as precipitation area, but there'll be some clouds there, I think, on Friday. And then as we go into the weekend, that's when things will begin to change. Look what happens as we go into Saturday. So you see that precipitation there Saturday morning back off to the west. So it means we're going to get some clouds that'll be streaming into the area here as we go into going into your Saturday. So the rain chances will be increasing here as we go into Saturday. So late in the day Saturday, you see the rain. We're watching the storm system come at us as we go overnight. Saturday night looks pretty wet. Going into Sunday looking pretty wet. And there'll be some thunderstorms with us as well. I think we'll get a few rumbles of thunder. Not expecting severe at this time. I think we're not going to be too warm. We're not going to be warm enough for that. But we could see some rumbles, some good downpours with this. And then 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, still got some rain around. Doesn't clearly start to break out until we get to 1 o'clock in the morning going into Monday. And then we kind of clear on out of here going into Monday of next week. So that's your look for the next 7 days, as it looks like we got 2 rain events, one Wednesday and then one going into Saturday, Sunday, before we get to see things dry out. Now, take a look at these rainfall totals. These are not bad at all. Not very, very impressive here. For both events, we're cracking upwards of 2 inches plus up here across a lot of North Georgia. A little bit less as you head down toward the metro Atlanta area, but those are pretty nice rainfall totals that definitely help Lake Chattooga up there and Lake Lanier that are running low. That'll help bring them up a little bit. Again, not a drought buster, not that's going to put the lake's woes in any kind of fashion, put that away, it's going to take several of these to try to get those lake levels back up and help to beat back the drought conditions across the area. All right, so let's look at your forecast map here. Let's go take a look at this. This is from our friends from the National Weather Service. Watch the little timestamp there on top as we kind of highlight the days as we go into your Tuesday. Again, Tuesday's quiet. We're not looking at anything problem there. And then going into your Wednesday, we'll see the clouds begin to increase here as we go toward Wednesday. You notice the front coming on in here, and we're going to bring in some rain. So, again, Tuesday night into Wednesday, looking a little wet in here as you look at that precipitation moving on there. And then as we go into Thursday, Weather Service is keeping the green in there. I'm not putting in there. I think Thursday we're okay. Friday might see a slight chance of rain in the forecast, but the main rain threat is really coming in later in the day on Saturday and going into your Sunday. Both those days look pretty wet. Also looks like with this storm system, maybe a bit windy as well in here as well on Sunday. See those isobars in there? When you got that many of them kind of tied in there, you got a little bit of a pressure gradient between the high to the north and the low pressure. It's probably going to be a bit breezy there on your Sunday as well. So a little raw and damp, but Monday, hey, we clear on out looking good. In fact, I suspect we're going to see above normal temperatures kind of shooting back up again as we go into next week. All right, so let's go ahead and look at your forecast here for tomorrow. Again, fake spring, 71-42. Kind of a partly sunny to mostly sunny day, depending on where you're at across North Georgia. Overnight lows definitely above average here, as most areas will be in the 40s. We'll still hold on to a few 30s there in the east, but otherwise a relatively mild night. And these daytime highs, wow, look at these. A lot of 70s out there, a few upper 60s up in the mountains, but generally looking pretty good here. Also going to notice that wind kicking up a little bit later in the afternoon as well, from 5 up to 20 miles per hour. Here's your regional perspective. Again, everybody across the southeast getting in on this fake spring weather. That will have a little more sunshine off toward the east, but 73 is a popular number there for Nashville, Columbia, Savannah, Columbus, all 73, 75 in Jackson, and 71 degrees in Memphis. Here we go with the 7-day forecast here. Again, we got that rain chance there on Wednesday. Again, Tuesday night will be the highest rain chance, probably about 70-80%, tapering out to 40% there on Wednesday. And then we're dry on Thursday, bring back some showers on Friday, but notice the temperature trend. We're going back down to the 50s, folks. Kind of a cool and damp weekend. No winter precipitation this weekend. Be clear on that. I know some social media stuff was floating around over the weekend on that, but no, just plain old rain here going into Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night especially looks wet, with temperatures only around 50 and low 40s there in the Gainesville area, but we do bring the sunshine back at 63-41 there on Monday. So a little bit of a damp and cool weekend for Valentine's Day. I'm sorry, I wish the weather was a little better for you lovebirds out there. I know the wife and I are attending a concert on Sunday night. We may need to bring our umbrella with us. But otherwise, looking pretty good here for the next couple of days as far as the temperatures are concerned. So, hey, tomorrow, get out and enjoy it, man. We don't get 70-degree temperatures very often here in February. We will definitely take it. So, hope you guys are able to go out, maybe have a little lunch outdoor. So that sounds like a good idea. All right, that's y'all's update for today. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out. Please give us a subscribe there on the YouTube channel. Help us get to 10,000. It'll be a nice number to get to as we strive to build a 24-hour channel. Again, it's all about the numbers right now. We got to get a certain number on Facebook and on YouTube so we can go to the bigger advertisers and say, hey, help our digital platform so we can get the capital investments we need for the big upgrades that we need to make. We got a lot of upgrades coming. It's coming, but we like to get to it a little faster if we can get those numbers. All right, you guys take it easy. Be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.